Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis, with my amazing and favorite co-host, Jojo. How
I
are you
am
doing
I
tonight?
am I America's favorite co-host too? I
You
guess.
you are definitely America's favorite co-host. Absolutely.
I'll take it.
100%.
I'll take the title 100%.
Yay! So, if it's your first time here on Reality Realness, welcome. Do us a favor and subscribe. We're just trying to build a community of people that love talking about reality TV. And I knew that we couldn't win completely this episode. We always are trying to get certain outcomes, and we're rarely ever happy with the winner or like certain parts of the competition or whatnot. Like we never really get our way.
Yeah.
So I had a feeling we weren't going to fully get our way. But what are your overall thoughts of this final episode of Celebrity Big Brother season 3?
Okay, really disappointed we didn't get a single jury question. Would have liked one for each, something incredibly dramatic. I know everyone got their 5 seconds, but everyone was so nervous and uncomfortable putting the keys in, having to say what they're going to say. Nobody pulled a topaz, luckily. Hi, Brady.
Brady, yes,
Michael,
let's turn it up.
way up.
Yes.
I'm gonna admit though, I'm really happy for Misha. I said it a couple of days ago. I hope she wins out to the end. Misha she's made a record for the most competitions won in Celebrity Big Brother with 7. That's pretty impressive. And yeah, she brought Todrick to the end, but that's how she got the 1. So Sophie Dophie.
Hi, Sophie. We're here. Okay. We do our best to get here on time, but I was just trying to get some content together so we can do some spoilers at the end. Okay.
Okay, Sophie Dophie.
And hi, Natalie. Thank you for being here as well. Hi, Hamza. So how did Shayla not get AFP? Well, when I was watching the roundtable yesterday for Rob as a podcast, Melissa asked her parents who would be an older demographic that would be casual fans of the show, who they would vote for in the case that they decided to get out their phone and text. And I believe both her parents, definitely her mom, but I believe it was both of them, said Carson.
Yeah.
So that is probably the vote that most of the casuals and the Facebook audience that they were going to go for. And it's probably bigger and stronger than the super fan audience. And so
I agree. I agree 100%. I thought it would be between Carson and Shayna for sure, and wasn't sure, but kind of figured, well, what's the worst case scenario? Shayna not winning. So give it to Carson. Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy that Carson won America's Favorite Player. He does mention that he's going to be giving some of the proceeds to his charity, True Colors United. So I thought that was a really, it was really nice to hear that. I really wanted Shayna to win it, though, as most super fans do, just to stick it to Carter Cole. That would have been delicious.
Even the fact that Julie announced the top 3 vote getters, I love that at least. A little bit of shade for Todrick. I don't think Misha thought I'm going to be a fan favorite. She was there to win the game, and
I don't think she even knew that it was part of the game.
But I will say that Cynthia looked really upset.
Yeah, well, she has that same look as she did when she was talking to Shayna about, and she was pissed at Shayna. And so I'm thinking it's because she feel like she got played because nobody told her to vote a different way, or she doesn't know why people changed their vote. So I think she feels like, oh my God, am I looking stupid and I don't even know it yet? That's what I think was going on.
Totally fair, but predictable. It was such a predictable finale.
Oh my God. Yeah. I barely took any notes. Oh, yeah. Hamza, you're done. I mean, I'll watch
the show's
again,
over, Hamza. It is over. Just so you know.
We're all done with the show.
Go on.
Except for this podcast.
Yeah.
This is why I hate Big Brother edits, and this is just a glimpse of what they do in Survivor to edit people in certain ways. I know. And that's why I enjoy Big Brother more, because I love watching the live feed so that I can have my own perspective of what is going on, and I can can kind of put myself in the game and like I know what I would do. And like I don't know. I feel like I'm more involved in the game with the live feeds. With Survivor, it's more of a TV show and I have to just listen to the edit. And I agree with you. I'm not a fan of edited versions of the show because the producers don't necessarily know what we want.
Which is shocking because we would have loved to have rooted for Erica all of season 41.
I was
And
like,
no one really knew who she was for a long, long time. And yeah, some trickery in there.
and I feel bad, but I still don't, it doesn't click to me that she is the winner. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I had to, like you said, Erica, and I was like thinking Erica from Big Brother, like 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Runner up to Boogie. Oh, yuck. Ugh.
I just like I don't even picture her yet as part of like people that have won stuff or like people like I just don't remember her, and so they did her a really big injustice, I'd say.
100%.
So I and then with them cutting the feed so often, it's also to like protect their narrative, which is annoying as well.
And we know Todrick's going to try and use that. Like, oh no, but you didn't see. Well, we saw enough. We saw enough, and that's the thing about players like Big D, people that try and blame the edit or live feeds not showing enough. What we see is enough to be judged on.
Mm-hmm.
Straight
Absolutely, or have an opinion, anyways. Natalie said, did we see Janelle's tweet that she's not happy who won AFP? No, I've not seen it, but I would imagine that she wouldn't be happy. She made a post for Shayna for AFP, so we know who she was rooting for sure. And I guess she doesn't have enough fans. Yes, I did win the draft. Oh, look at that. I took it from you, babe.
Listen, babe, I am proud of you. It was your last pick, and I was like, if I were you, I'd do Misha. Let's go back. Love it. I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you chose her.
Yes. I mean, I chose really well in the end because all my players were there for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Well, Carson disappointed. He could have been there to the end. He could have done a good job, but
3 out of 6 is really good, and 2 out of 3 at the finale.
Woo! Thank you so much for the super chat, Sophie. Much appreciated. It goes to creating this channel and, you know, allowing us to eat at the same time. Yeah, so thank you very much. Yes, super chat. This episode was kind of boring without the jury questions. Kind of boring? Yeah, it was boring.
Yeah,
it was. Hi, JZM. So finally catching you live. Woo-woo! Yep. Yes, thank you. We've been chatting in the comments. I'm not sure which show, but like having a little comment convo.
Oh, JZM.
Carson was
Wah.
Wah? Wah. 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 Yeah, I love live feeds. It shows the true villains and heroes and not some made up villains and heroes. Yep. Absolutely. Did we get the BB Can cast yet? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So that's why I was late, Sophie, because I was compiling some information to share with you guys. So shortly, after we go through this episode, just talk a little bit about it, and then we'll do a little cast reveal, which is very fun. So Carson was too nice when he was putting in his key. Yep. I wrote down kind of what everybody said, so we'll go through that quickly too.
100%. We'll get there.
Did you see the challenge CBS do the live feeds like Big Brother does? Do I see that happening? No, I don't see that happening. If it happened, I would love that. It would help me want to watch the show.
I think it would only happen if it was happening live, right? Like
right. Or
it would have to be like a film edited, done.
Because they're always like moving on location and stuff like that. So I don't know how they would do it, but I would enjoy it if it was like all behind the scenes. Like that would interesting. It interests me.
Janelle said no to the challenge.
Well, she doesn't want to go do that. I don't think.
She said she doesn't want to do it because the alliances started already, like All Stars 21, so 22, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, in my head, Shan and Ricard won the season. I mean, I think like maybe Ricard more than Shan, just because I thought Ricard should have won that final final immunity, and they gave Erica way too big of an advantage there with the 4 rungs and then the 4 rungs. Like there was no way that he was going to be able to beat her, and he was the biggest target. So I think that Ricard is the robbed goddess in 41.
100%.
Peacock is getting Love Island season 4. I did see this.
I think they ordered 2 seasons.
Correct. Oh my God, we're getting all the same news feeds.
Look at us go.
There was a tweet saying Teddy won America's favorite player. I don't remember how that all went down, but I remember it was funny though that she was like auctioning off her elliptical or go ahead.
She posted on her Instagram because she saw the link to Big Brother Daily, which is a daily people rankings of the house guests.
Yeah.
And she thought that was America's favorite player. So she was like, everyone go here and vote for me. So everyone went there and voted for her, thinking that they had a chance to win an elliptical or something. And then she realized, oh, I can't be like bribing people to try and win $25,000 as the favorite player. So she had to go back and edit the post. And it's like, you can vote for me, but like, you also like go follow this account and that's what will get you to win this bike.
Oh. Yikes. Oh well, she tried.
Yeah, she really did.
I can't wait for BB Can. I'm not sure how I haven't digested how I feel about the cast yet, so we'll talk it through. I'm hoping that I will really love the season. I really do. But it so far seems like it's going to be a little bit watered down for some reason. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but maybe it's because I'm not on it. I'm just bitter. I don't know. But like, I'm just kind of like this is it.
Yay.
So far. Anyways, we'll all decide this later. If Jojo's going to be on this channel, this channel would be much better. Oh, wow, Sophie. Jojo is a star.
On it?
On this channel is going to be on it. This channel is going to be much better, of course, when Jojo's on the episode.
Thanks.
I hope Misha puts Todrick in a headlock. I don't think that's happening because Todrick did win Misha that money. If he hadn't locked arms with her from the beginning and stuck by her and was super shady while she won all the competitions, there is no chance that she would have gotten to the end without him. So she owes him a lot, I would say.
I mean, she did say in her pre-show interviews, she wants to find one person that she can trust that knows the game. And to be fair, like Misha did everything that she said she wanted to do, and
you played the best game for sure.
100% played the best game.
Like I didn't particularly like the Shayna week, but I think she was just kind of following orders and thinking that that's playing the game. I don't think that she realized how distasteful it was. But I still give the more of that to Todrick. It more bothered me about how Todrick handled that whole week than Misha. And I'm not sure why he gets more of the heat, but maybe because he had the friendships and the relationships and he was literally using the fact that Cynthia thinks that he would do no wrong in order for him to manipulate the situation. So
that was also the week that Misha really should have went home. Todrick should have said bye to her and said like, okay, there's my vote. In jury.
If Todrick had let her go and then he went on a comp win, like just kept winning everything, he might have been able to win the season.
Yep. 100%. Well, I don't know about that, but depending on his mouth. It's his mouth that got him in trouble. The way he spoke about people was not okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had the first 3 evictees votes.
He could have had Mariah's vote, in my opinion. I know that he messed with her really bad week 1, but she respects comp wins and she respects a competitive person. And that's what she said for her vote to Misha anyway.
Well, I mean, definitely Mariah would respect, I would say, Misha over Todrick.
Yeah.
Just like the amount of competition wins, even though the who there she was playing with wasn't that competitive, we'll say, but she still did manage to win.
Not all of them were physical too, which is pretty impressive. Like a majority of her wins were mental, so good on her.
But like if nobody else has any idea what the answers are, it's kind of like it was just between her and Todrick for most of those.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they studied. So did you see the challenge CBS last 6 months, like past 2 seasons? No, I think that it's going to be a shorter season because they're going to want to get to all the winners coming together for the global match. So I don't think that they're going to take that long. So I would guess it would be an abbreviated season. So max 13, between like 9 and 13, I would say 10 and 13. That's my guess.
Good guess.
Do you think that Misha's fiance will let her keep in contact with Todrick?
Of course.
Yes, I do. And I think that she'll stand by him even if she sees all the distaste people have for him.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jojo ends up on BB Can 10, this channel would be much better. Oh, because we could talk about him and we could support him. So it would be.
Yeah, Sophie Dophie, our dream is literally just to play Big Brother together as partner. Like, let's do a partner season. Come on, season 11. Let's do this, please.
I'm gonna figure out a way.
I'll make it so.
It's gonna happen. It has to. Did you see Todrick's face when Teddy mentioned that she saw the live feeds?
When Todd mentioned, yeah. Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I thought it said Teddy. Not wearing my glasses.
Todd, Teddy, Todrick. There's a lot of.
Well, they all saw the live feeds and changed their tune, but I don't remember specifically Todrick's face then, but I could just feel the energy.
I also think he would have lost if they were all sequestered at the same time, in my opinion. I still think the vote. I think Carson might have gotten the vote.
Carson would have voted for him.
Cynthia might have, and maybe Todd.
Todd would have, because he said when he was leaving that Todrick's played the best game.
Yeah, but I don't think the first four evicted or Lamar. I think Lamar would have voted for Misha. He's always said like she's a beast. Like he had a lot of respect for her, so I see that happening. Okay, so Kyle.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's finish this episode and then we'll get the Kyle Moore to Steph. Okay, and who will be at Todrick's house out of all the celebrities? Just Misha, I think. Maybe Cynthia and would convince Carson, but that's about it.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, Todd's face when Todrick was talking was funny. He was not happy with him at all.
My partner's not a big fan of Big Brother, but he was on Twitter while it was happening and watching it with me. And he kept saying like, oh, there's so much mention of Todd, like laughing at Todrick and like showing me these tweets. I'm like, yes, this is Big Brother fandom here on Twitter.
Did he get into it?
Oh yeah, he loved it by the end. He's like, look at her win. I'm like, she won. Yay.
Is he going to start watching with you now? No. Is he going to come live with me?
Usually the first episode and the last episode are the two that he'll tune into.
You are right. So let's just get to this episode quickly. We'll blow through it. So they're only doing 29 days in the house, which I think is really easy peasy. We see Todrick telling Cynthia how big of a super fan that he is, but he's not really that big of a super fan. He started watching because apparently he was in talks of being part of season 2. And so he started to do a binge and started watching all the different seasons, fell in love with season 16 and 19, and he was hooked.
Yeah. And he also mentioned loving 15, which is shocking because it is known as the worst season of Big Brother ever for multiple reasons.
I mean, I really loved Alyssa and like we had Alyssa, America's Player, whatever it was called. I did love Amanda and McCrae.
Yeah, they were fine. But I mean, we had Gina Marie,
Helen, and
Aaron,
then
we had like Andy. Andy, at the end of the day, I actually don't think Andy's the worst winner.
I don't like him though,
but don't care for him. And it was just a really toxic, awful cast. So.
Well, that probably attracted him to it. The more toxic, the better.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Travel the World. Hi,
Yay,
Jojo.
Misha.
Yay, Misha. I mean, I'm fine with Misha winning over Todrick any day. Makes me win the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cynthia, I was just so annoyed here with Cynthia just like being like, oh my God, you played this game like exactly perfectly. Like you did everything that you needed to do. Like you're so good. You never touched the block. Actually, you know what, Todrick, you did touch the block. You touched the block the final time because you lost that one miserably.
There it is.
And it's so funny though. So Cynthia says that Todrick had never touched the block, and that was something to be valued and honored. And when she was trying to make an argument as to why Shayna was shady, it was because why have you never touched the block, and had her evicted because of it,
Yeah, because she won
backdoored.
2 of the vetoes out of the 4. So that's why she wasn't on the block. Duh. But that didn't click in for Cynthia ever, not once. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. Nothing. Not much does.
I was bothered also. Sorry, this man just irritates me, but bothered by the fact that he's trying to pandering to Cynthia to bring him to final 2. Like, Cynthia's bringing you to final 2. Like I just don't want. He's like, yeah, like, bring me to final 2. I'll lose to you gracefully, and I'm just like. I was so over him. I didn't really want to watch it. I didn't even want to take notes.
That's okay too. No
And then,
surprise there.
oh, when he says like, "Oh, I convinced Misha to keep you here," I was like,
I mean, to be fair, Misha was in on it, and she's like, "No, you're right. Like, if we want to guarantee final
best
2,
shots against each other.
best shot is against each other and against Cynthia at final 3." And some people were so excited; they really wanted to see Cynthia win that final comp and win the game. I would have been even, to be honest, I would have been even more upset with the season if it ended with the Cynthia win.
I would have been.
Over Todrick, yes, of course, but I would have been really yucked if that was the case.
It wouldn't have been a great legacy for season 3 to have those 2 be the final 2. I'd rather Misha be the winner here.
Yeah.
How it all ended, I'm fine with it to be like the representative of the season.
Mhm.
But Cynthia being the winner I would have been really underwhelmed. It just would have been like, that's what we watched the season for.
Yeah.
For that. No.
Cool.
Sophie says it could be worse. Todrick could have said he loves season 9 of Big Brother. Actually, not really though, because season 9 was just a bad season. It wasn't toxic like the other ones. And I'm not a Derek Levasseur fan. I'm sorry, guys, if you guys are. And I don't know if you watched on my channel, I posted a video of Cody so pissed, needing to address the rumors, and he's just like so mad that people have been sliding into his DMs asking if he's been pre-gaming. He's like, I haven't been pre-gaming. Like, I don't need to pre-game. Like, the people that pre-game lose. People that pre-game lose. And he's like, and I would never go on these shows right now because I'm unvaccinated. And so, like, even if I wanted to go on those shows, like, I couldn't because, like, I'm unvaccinated. And, like, I don't have a problem with, like, vaccine. I'm not anti-vax. And I'm just like, bleh.
Shut up, Cody. Shut your mouth.
He was so annoying that I had to record it and post it.
Good. Can't wait to watch it, actually.
So annoying. I stopped it at 25 minutes because I couldn't hear him talk anymore.
Oh,
but
I don't know if I can do 25 minutes of him talking. I can barely do 5 on Winner's Circle. That was painful enough.
I will not be watching Winner's Circle ever again. I think that was the last time. No bueno, especially now that like I realize like, okay, I see what your stance is on things politically a little bit. Like, I have an understanding how your head works.
Yep.
And now I can hear that sound of like vitriol in your tone and like not being understanding and open armed. You know what I mean? Like you could start hearing that like nastiness.
Every time they talked about Tiffany during 23, I was like, no more. No, not watching this. No.
Mm-hmm. So the question for the final head of household was a pretty typical Big Brother, especially celebrity Big Brother questioning. I really liked it. They basically had the jury had to read some questions about themselves. 2 were correct and 1 was incorrect, and you had to guess which one was incorrect. And what I loved about it was you see there's a moment where Todrick gave up. And I was like, he gives up a lot. Like he actually is always like, oh, I don't know this. Oh.
I did wonder if it was strategy so that he wouldn't have to cut someone, but he had Cynthia's vote anyway. So even if he won and brought Misha, like, why not do that? So I was kind of embarrassed for him that he just did so poorly.
Right. So Natalie says, I'm glad I don't have him on my TV ever again. I know. Do you think that he will be annoying on Twitter? He says that he's not going to go on Twitter at
No.
all because Twitter is evil and toxic. But I don't think he's going to have much fun over at Instagram either.
Nope.
He's not, I mean, it's a different platform, obviously, but not well liked over there either. I didn't get lucky. It was strategic / it was my last pick. I just didn't want her to win. So at that point, I didn't know who she was, but I'm happy that I got her though. Yes, almost at 12K.
Yes.
Thank goodness for that viral video of Elon Musk. That's what won it for me, or got it there for me. Cody is acting like his brother Paulie. Yep. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Family. The Wizard of Oz had me gag.
Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
She tweeted that yesterday, and everyone was like, "You have to say that. You have to say it." But like I think she was so nervous up there.
Yeah,
like she was kind of shaking and like was stumbling a bit with it. I'm like, no, just a couple words. You got this, Teddy.
I mean,
you can do it.
She did it. She was fine. Even the stumble was okay. It got to the point because he was just like,
he expected her vote, which is hilarious to me. Counting votes with Misha, he's like, I'll have Teddy.
I know.
Carson, maybe Mariah. Carson for sure. Love that Carson didn't vote for him.
When he saw that, he probably was like, oh,
what I do,
boy. I only saw 2 minutes of that Cody video. That's it. That's all you need to see, but it's up there if you just want to watch it. So Celebrity Big Brother season 4 in 2024, 2025. I would assume 2024. I think they like having it coincide with the Winter Olympics. It would have been interesting if they did go for a tiebreaker. I mean, or just tell them Canada's vote in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just be like, so Canada vote, or the United States voted, and Todrick, you didn't get their vote. Misha, you got America's vote. Woo!
I saw 3 or 4 polls, and the lowest number for Misha was 91%. That was the lowest. And I was like, oh, okay, so America's like, they're not cool with Todrick either. Sweet.
The casuals are not cool with him at all. So I didn't write down all the questions because I was like, once I saw that Misha was up 3 and they only had 1, I was like, okay, Misha's probably gonna win this. I'm not gonna bother writing down the questions. But it was really fun though, just to see them, and like they all did a pretty good acting job, and like I couldn't tell for some of them which one was the lie, which was like good with their delivery. Even Lamar was quite animated, so I was impressed. Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say. It was the most animated I've seen Lamar. And gotta love Lammy, just getting up there, showing some attitude.
Yes, and his
little new tattoo,
his blazer. I want to know, what is his tattoo of though? That's what I want to know.
I can't wait to see. I'm sure someone will ask him tonight.
Is it going to be of Misha's face?
It's a muscle on top of a muscle,
or somebody in a headlock. But I wrote there, yes, Todrick is finally on the block because Misha won the final head of household and has to decide between him and Cynthia who she is going to be taking with her to sit beside her in the final 2. Yeah. No surprise to anyone, she does evict Cynthia, and Cynthia joins the jury. They didn't ask what they usually ask, which is like, who do you think is joining us right now? Who do you think you won? Who do you think was joining us? I kind of wish that they did, because I would have wanted to hear that a little bit.
I would have loved a 2-hour episode tonight. This could have been.
They actually didn't have that much content.
For jury questions, 100%. Yeah, okay, I wanted to see them smoked. I wanted to hear just everything they wanted to say come out. And we didn't get that. So
yeah, we didn't get any of that. And they could have still put some of that in. We didn't need to hear inside the house stuff. Like, I would have rather 10 minutes be spent to some jury questionings, or 15 minutes. Even a round table would have been nice.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So it's the 2 of them, and Todd thinks of him and Misha as a dynamic duo, and they're like Cody and Derek, his 2 favorite players from his favorite season. I was just like,
why bring them up? Why bring them up?
They don't even like you, Todrick. Like, they don't even like him as a player.
Who does? Honestly.
It's true. It's
true. Yikes, but I don't know anybody.
His family.
Of course.
And the cookout, apparently.
Oh, who knows?
So, one thing that Misha said when she was evicting Cynthia is like, I can't wait to be in each other's wedding, like to Todrick. Because it's like, oh my gosh, like when she just and he's just like kissing her hand all the time, like they're like dating. It's just like their dynamic duo was a little bit strange to me.
What did you think of what Todrick was wearing?
Oh, with his like is like asymmetrical with like red tassels.
Yeah, the
I
blood
every
smeared all over him.
Well, yeah, you're covered in blood for sure.
I've always wanted to bring like a costume for the final two, like very
Hmm.
Carrie, just like dripping in blood, like making a mess, being like, this is my messy game, here it is. If I thought like I can do this right now, I'm not just going to lose awfully. So I did appreciate him dressing up, but my God, it was something else. And Julie's crochet dress, another crochet dress.
She's maybe she likes a certain designer. I don't know.
Born again Christian Dior over here.
Oh boy, that was witty. Very witty.
No, you're not.
Julie does talk to the jurors a little bit, and I was hoping that when she talked to them that she wasn't going to make them feel badly about being mad. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I didn't want their vitriol to like simmer down. I was worried that was going to happen with how she was asking these questions. But I loved Carson clearing the air. It actually got me almost a little teary-eyed.
Yeah, I loved it too. I thought Shanna looked great tonight. She looked beautiful. Love that she was still like, I'm gonna wear my boobs out. I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm not covered up. I look great. And I genuinely think that Shayna and Carson will
Oh,
be
they're fine.
fine
They're
after
fine. They're
this.
fine. They're totally
Yeah.
fine. They're totally fine because Carson is willing to admit when that he made a mistake.
Yep.
I don't know if she'll be fine with Cynthia because I think Cynthia's ego's too big to come to back down and say like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that I treated someone so poorly for something that they didn't do and that I didn't crucify Todrick for."
Yeah. I mean, time will tell. We should hear something tonight or interviews tomorrow. So I'm gonna be texting you right away when I find something.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah. Woohoo. So in their final two, they each get a moment to speak and address the jury. I didn't write down everything, obviously, but the takeaway from Misha's was that she painted her fingernails blue, just to show her, I guess I'm assuming her daughter or children, that girls can do it too. Girls can be great and amazing. I thought that was really nice. I mean, I don't know if I would be wanting my daughter to be going, or my son to be going into an octagon and having their face pummeled in and having my nose broke 5 times. But
Yeah.
girls are amazing and they can do anything. I do
Yeah.
agree with that, but I would not choose that lifestyle. Oh my gosh.
I was actually shocked at. I know I sound like such a Misha stan right now, but I was really surprised at how great her speech was. I
Mhm.
kind of thought she might like downplay her game and stumble on her words, but she was concise and spoke well and really articulated everything she wanted to. She said she did want to play with as much integrity and to be as honest as she could be, but like, yes, it's a game of Big Brother. La di la di da. Her speech was great.
Agreed. And then Todrick, all I wrote down was, of course, using the cookout for clout in his speech. I'm like, you don't ride for Black excellence, Black equality. Like, that's not your vibe. Like, that's not what you do. I just saw a video of him, or like, no, a comment about a video about him, and he was doing a video shoot, and he had some Black people that were dancers that were behind him, and he's
Yep.
like, "Oh, this it's too chocolatey up in here. Let's we
Mix
can't
it
have
up.
too many, yeah, mix it up, whatever." And I'm like, what? Come on now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
His brain works in a strange way.
he's not as pro-Black as he's pretending to be in that final speech. And like, I was not here for it at all. So we do get the key turns. For the most part, we know what Teddy said. You are such a fan of the Visitor of Oz, who knew that we could see behind the curtain. And she says, "I'm voting for the lesser of two evils."
Very Big Brother 4 finale with June and Allison. Everyone was like, the lesser of two evils. I'm like, they're both evil. They're both incredible players. Give the win to
Yeah.
both of them.
Mariah, for the most part, was commenting on being a super athlete and said that that was beastly. So I had assumed that she had voted for Misha there.
Yep.
Chris Kattan said, "This is for my son. What my son would want me to do here."
So good. Struck a nerve, I'm sure.
Well, he definitely had some words for his son,
Yeah.
so his son had some words back.
There it is.
Basically, words were $200,000 worth of words.
You betcha.
Misha says, "I will never have to hear your voice again."
Shayna.
Oh,
It was
Shayna, sorry, that's what I meant.
incredible.
Shayna, yeah. I was like,
Yeah, the one thing this vote guarantees is I'll never have to hear you speak to me again.
hear your voice ever again. Carson, I thought this was a little bit weak. I'm voting for who worked it a little bit harder. I was like,
Yeah, I do think he would try to stick with, like he's all about his brand and bringing
Yeah.
kindness and not wanting to. I'm sure there was enough shade around that he didn't feel like he needed to add something in, but we would, like he must
just
have
a
known we
little
would have
bit.
loved just a little morsel of
Morsel.
fierceness. Yeah.
Lamar says that he got a tattoo and this person resembles that type of mentality. So obviously we're assuming that was Misha again. And then Todd talks about the live feeds. And so up until I saw the live feeds, I don't remember exactly what he said. Did you remember?
Yeah, he said something about and God bless you both.
And lastly, then, and someone that helped me navigate through this game. Right?
Cynthia.
You got duped, Cynthia. You got dragged to the end because people knew that they could beat you at any game possible. Like, you were so scared of going on the block all the time. And it's like, you're never going home. Like, nobody's taking you out. No one's wasting their head of household on you.
No.
And there was no competition in this season, and they weren't wasting it on you. So that says a lot. Sorry, girl.
It's true.
Chris Kattan joined, which was nice. I wish he had something to say, and I was surprised that he was there if they're not going to let him vote. But
he was there for the
nice
paycheck.
to see him.
I'm assuming he was there for his paycheck.
That's true. They probably
He's
get
like,
10 grand, right?
And do I get my payment now? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scurry away, buy some cake. Perfect.
So as soon as Julie pulled Cynthia's key, I was like, yes, we got what we wanted, baby. Because if there was any other Todrick votes on any other side, they would have started usually with the person that put their key in first, not last, And so to make it seem like there's a little bit of drama, they give the one vote that they knew was coming from Cynthia. And I'm pretty sure that the last 7 were all for Misha.
They were.
So that felt really great.
Yep.
He was pretending to be so excited for his girl. And then lastly, the final 3 for the America's Favorite House Guest was Lamar, Carson, and Shayna. I put all my votes on Shayna, but Carson still won America's Favorite Player.
Yeah, I loved Carson. And if we did want to call it the America's Favorite House Guest, which they've been referring to it as, I can understand that. But player, in my opinion, was Shayna. Loved watching her play. Real sad for how it all went down for her.
Very. She deserved it. What can you do, though, when the show does not show people in an appropriate light for them to have complete understanding as to what has happened? And you have to be a super fan to be supporting the right person. Like, we're never going to win, right?
Yep. And I actually would have loved to see. I would have loved to see Shayna actually try and campaign for the win. I didn't see her posting a lot, like vote for me, like I did other people often on social media.
But I didn't see Carson do that. Did you?
I saw an Instagram post, yeah. And it had a lot of likes.
He has people that would very easily support him. Yeah. So
it makes sense.
And it does make sense. But I just wish that if the casuals saw how hard done Shayna was, they'd be like, oh my God, she deserves this for sure. But they just didn't see that. They don't even know fully that Carson did a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like they don't even realize that's what's going on because they didn't really paint that picture on the show.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So, anything else about Celebrity Big Brother season 3 before we wrap it up and take it over to Big Brother Canada season 10?
I mean, we did get our third female winner in the series, which I love. Definitely support that. And I think Misha's a great winner. So I'm really happy with the final outcome of the season. And I will say, sorry to interrupt, I will say, anyone playing Big Brother in the future, take out the first head of household as soon as you possibly can. These players normally have 10 days of power, which is huge. They're talking a lot of game with people and they're getting a lot of deals, a lot of power. And it can be quite beneficial if they get deep in the game. If they make it to the final two, like they got a lot on their plates, a lot on their resume. So my suggestion would be that first HOH, if you're not that person, get rid of them as quick as you can.
Unless you're aligned with them.
Yeah, unless you know you can beat them at the end, then
well, unless you need them, but like you definitely have your eye on them.
Yeah,
getting them out of there.
Have others around that are willing to cut them too.
100%. Well, that's the end of Celebrity Big Brother season 3. We're going to move on to Big Brother Canada season 10. So while I was watching, I only saw 3 commercials with the cast. So I'm going to share that with you, and it's only with the 11 house guests so far. And then I'll also share with you, we have the full cast list. So we don't have anything about their bios. We just have their photos. So we can just take a little bit of a little bit. Hi, Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah, are you already done? Happy finale night. We're gonna just show the videos that I showed you. Yes. Did you show it as well? Okay, I'm gonna send it. Do the first commercial right now.
Ready.
I'm sorry, it's like shaky camera. It's like literally me taking a picture of my TV screen. So it's definitely bootleg shit. Oops, daisy. All right.
Big Brother Canada is coming, so get ready to play the ultimate game show. Now let's meet our contestants.
Tanisha, the realist. Moose, the vibe master. Jessica, the super fan. Kyle, the dreamboat. Josh, the hero.
Fantastic. Kelly, tell us what they could win.
That's right. Our house guest could receive fame, fortune, glamour, drama, heartache, and much more.
Who's ready to play?
Big Brother Canada. New season Wednesday, March 2nd on Global.
Oops, no, I don't want to play that again because I don't want them to like get mad at me. All right, remove that. Let's do the next one.
The next reveal.
Is coming, so get ready to play the ultimate game show. Let's meet our contestants.
Summer, the showstopper. Gina, the firefighter. JC Lynn, the cutthroat cutie. Big Brother Canada. New season Wednesday, March 2nd on Global. Would you rather?
Okie dokie. And then the last commercial that we got here.
That is coming, so get ready to play the ultimate game show. Let's meet our contestants.
Summer, the showstopper.
Oh shit.
Gino, JC Lynn, what a name.
Oopsie. Wait, why did I do that? Maybe I uploaded 2 of the same ones. Oops, daisy, but let's see if it's this one then. Hold on.
That is coming, so get ready to play the ultimate game show.
They start the same though. Is it Summer? Okay.
Next door, Helena, the talker. Jay, the creative. Big Brother Canada. New season Wednesday, March 2nd on Global.
Ta-da! So that is the cast so far.
Yes.
How do I get rid of you? Remove that. So what do you guys think so far of the cast? And then I'm also going to show you the pictures once I remove that and remove that. Did anybody stand out for you when you watched? Yeah, you watched live, so
did.
you saw these then.
I mean, as soon as I saw Kyle, I did get really excited. I'm sure a lot of people are aware, but Kyle Moore played in Big Brother season 9. And when Kyle was cast, a lot of people went onto Twitter and thought it was a different Kyle from Canada. And Kyle got a lot of notoriety. He was super cool about it. Had never heard of Big Brother, but got really excited. Got wrapped up into the fandom and had a great time watching the season. Who knows if he auditioned or if they contacted him, but he's been cast this year, and I'm really excited to see him play. But I also recognize Jay. Jay I auditioned with. I think it was season 2 or 3, and he was in my group with I think Robin. I think it was with Robin. And it was when she was eating this is a really bad story. This is tea. She was eating a Subway sub during our audition, and I asked her to stop because she was not paying attention whatsoever. And I was like, "Can you stop? I know you're hungry, but like we're all trying to have a conversation here. There's only 5 of us. We're all talking over each other. This is chaotic." And I don't think she appreciated me asking her to like pay attention while she was eating. And she also had these really ugly blue streaks in her hair, and they were like fake extensions. And I was just like, no, I don't like anything about this. I'm not a fan. So Robin, if you're ever watching, I get why you don't want to cast me because we fought, but you're lost, baby.
It is your loss. Soon. You're coming on soon.
Mic drop.
I'm looking at the cast, Betty, Helena, Herman. Like, I have no idea who any of these people are. I mean,
The
JC
names
Lynn.
are incredible. Like Betty, Herman, Marty.
Isn't
Moose.
Jessica look like a retake of Brooke? Yeah,
100%.
like looks like
maybe it is Brooke. Maybe it's Brooke in disguise. We don't know. She grew out her bangs.
Josh looks like a typical somebody. I don't know him, but like he looks kind of typical.
I like
Kevin, no clue.
Kevin's like facial hug.
You
You know what? I'd really be doing something funky in my photo, like just something real queer and silly.
Yeah, Moose. Like that's definitely his name is probably Mustafar, but like he's gonna go by Moose. I feel like I need to have an afro to get on the show because Summer and
Stunner.
Tanisha, they're both beautiful, of course,
Yeah.
but I want the Black representation to be me.
Fair.
Melina, like none of these people are. Kyle looks the most familiar because I looked him up during the last debacle.
Yeah, people have been like on to Kyle the last month on Twitter. They're like, "Hey, he's not posting as much, and he hasn't he's been liking Big Brother related content, but not other things." So he was definitely rumored. So nice to see him on the cast.
I can't wait to look though at their bio and then see if we have anything in common or any like friends in common, that kind of thing, to see if they're like 1 degree of separation from me. But as of right now, like I really don't know anybody, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, I think there's about 6 people from Toronto, so that's kind of shocking. That's a lot of people from the city that Chantele and I live in. So cool.
So, what I think is really funny, I don't know if you guys can see this, but Todrick Exposed Party is trending on Twitter right now.
It was Chris Kattan. Chris Kattan showing up for 5 seconds, not saying a word, trending on Twitter. Excellent.
Hilarious. You were saying that you had some more information about these cast members, the cast house guests.
Oh, it's only Kyle. Oh, I saw some on Twitter. I'm gonna see if anything really jumps out at me. Tanisha's a model. Oh, Summer is fun employed.
Thank you, Sophie, for the super chat.
You're so sweet, Sophs.
Yes. Well, I mean, you're going to see a lot of me for sure. I will be covering Big Brother Canada. I'll go live after every episode, either on here or on Robinson Podcast or on Couch Potato Queens or on Nerdtainment. So I'll be talking about every single episode for sure. I just don't know where. I'm definitely going to be doing Survivor 42 as well in some capacity. Still doing The Amazing Race, still doing the Survivor Australia on Sundays. So I'm still around.
Yeah,
I love Jessica. Who's Jessica?
Jessica Gowling. They, them, she, her. She's a visual artist. There's actually quite a few artists. Melina is also an artist. A lot of social media managers. A
I
theater
feel
director, Jay. That's what he's referred to. They, them. Okay. It's a pronoun.
Jay is they them.
Yep. He is a theater director.
You're like they them. He is. I'm like,
Oh, sorry. They. So awful. Forgive me, Jay. I'm sorry. They're something that would surprise people is that they can walk on their hands.
that's surprising.
There is a
Should we do our draft right
firefighter.
now?
Yep. Like, sure, those people, yeah.
I feel like Gino or Stephen is actually kind of familiar.
He's a firefighter from Montreal. So maybe you've had some fun back in the day with him.
He was probably too young back in the day, but
let's see his age. And we'll find
do
out.
you know what though? This cast looked like there's possibilities for some showmances, to be honest.
Definitely. Everyone's beautiful.
I can see, and it's very diverse.
Yes.
It seems as though it's some Southeast Asian representation, which we do not usually see very much of. So that is pretty cool. It does seem like a very diverse cast. So I'm excited to see how they play.
Which is cool. Marty is a fraud investigator. He lives in New Brunswick. Love that. East Coast. Yeah. I like Marty for some reason.
Is he, or I guess you wouldn't be able to tell necessarily, but do you think he's straight or gay?
Oh, I'm going to go with gay. Actually, I'm going to go with Pan. I don't know.
Pan. What about Kevin? Straight or gay?
With that hairline, straight.
Okay, we got to get off live.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just kidding. When do you think we'll find out more information about the challenge CBS, like air date?
Never.
After they leave, when they're leaving in May or March?
Is it? I think it's March.
It's going to be in the summer. It's probably going to be I think that they will let CBS Big Brother start, and maybe they'll start around the same time and take the 9:00 time slot.
I'll take it.
Moose is the Canadian version of Kyland. I hope not. I hope I like him more.
Sophie, come on.
Do we get actual cast picks? This is all I've seen so far. Jojo, did you see anything?
They look official to me. They're not.
These are official. These are definitely official, but
they look nice.
It's not up on the site yet, as far as I can see.
No. They look much better than last season's iPhone photos. That was really embarrassing.
Yeah, and at least we know it's a full season because we do have 16 players, so I like that. I didn't like that it was a little bit shorter last season, so hopefully I don't mind maybe shortening it by a week, but I like having 16 players.
I do too. I'm glad we have a bunch of folks to go through.
Yeah. Well, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much, Jojo, for hanging out with me and having a little bit of discussion here.
Always a pleasure.
We will be doing a cast assessment. Well, when it actually goes up on the website. Are you working tomorrow?
Yes.
So when you come home from work, can we go live and just immediately do a draft?
We'll make it work. Yes.
Let's do a quick draft, like without really researching people, and we'll kind of do cast assessment and draft picks.
I love watching the interviews though. That makes me sad.
Yeah. You can watch the interviews. That's fine.
I don't know if they're up yet, but when they're up, you better believe I'll be watching.
I mean, like basically you'll watch the interviews and then we'll do should we watch them live? We can watch them live.
Oh, that could be cute actually.
So we'll go through all of them and then we'll do our picks. Okay. Something like that. We'll figure it out. All right. Brady preferred 14 days. 60 days was perfect. It's kind of like Survivor. I don't like this abbreviated season. I like the 39 days. It just feels like it's an easier season.
Yeah.
And I personally, if I was on the show, I would be like, man, I won the easier season.
I mean, I wouldn't complain. I'd still be like, hey, I won, Big Brother.
It would be a little bit of an asterisk, though, I would say, in my mind.
I get it. But good on Misha. Good for you, Misha girl. Alpha. Coming in hot.
Get it.
Literally
Get that draft win.
Won your way to the end. Beautiful.
Woo. And thank you, everyone here in the chat. Thank you, Sophie, for the super chats. Brady, DM Rock, Sarah, if you're still here, and Andrew, Natalie, Travel the World. And if I missed you, JZM, thank you for
Yes.
being here. Hamza, you guys are all amazing. You guys are really supportive. There's so many people that are going live right now. So really appreciate that. At least on one of your devices, you're here talking about Celebrity Big Brother and the cast of BB Canada 10 with us tonight. So Jojo, are you plugging anything right now? Do you have anything going on?
No plugs.
Perfect. Well, I'll plug this channel.
You plug.
Subscribe, please. Just, be part of the Reality Realness crew. I have big plans coming up for us, so come be part of the fun.
Yeah.
Love you guys. We'll probably see you
Bye.
tomorrow. We'll do an impromptu cast assessment and draft picks. Bye.
Bye.